I forgive you. I forgive myself. I love you, and take care. My name is JJ Lyric, and you all know me from the series The 30-Year-Old Virgin. I know, long time. So I am the 30-year-old virgin. I waited 30 years, no sex, no penetration. Are there any kids in the room? Because we're going to get kind of real. And I'm a little bit nervous about this. So some of you all know me as a hip-hop artist and event host, and I do not get nervous whenever I talk. Usually when I host events and usually when I do hip-hop music, it's a very arm's length type JJ. I don't really do this in-person, intimate kind of setting thing, but I have a confessional video. For you all for the intro of the series, The 30-Year-Old Virgin. And I know I got the tears coming down, so you're like, JJ, just get to it. So the series is called May Moments, and it's about April showers, May flowers. So pretty much when you sacrifice for something, God allows room for other things to blossom in your life. When I turned 28, I said, man, I've been waiting to have sex. I've been distant with my relationships. When it comes to talking about something super personal, it makes me super nervous, but I got to share this with y'all. So when I turned 28, I said, man, I barely kissed a guy. And if there's children in the room, you might want them to exit. There was no oral sex. There's no fingering. There's no entering of the body. There was very light, minimal touch when it came to my relationships. My reason for waiting evolved and changed a number of times. First, I was waiting because I grew up in a more lower class neighborhood, and I didn't want to try to be successful and provide for a child at the same time. So I said, I know how I'm not going to have a baby. I'm not going to have sex. Long story short, my reasons for waiting changed and evolved so many times. Different reasons. I waited to college, and I would get with like church boys, and church boys are low-key freaks. Like, don't let it fool you. Like, the church boys would not, I probably should have got with a thug, and it probably would have been different. So I would have these relationships, and there would be no, besides laying in the bed, cuddling, like, there were like light touches, but there were no entering. There was no like, let me put your thing in my mouth, you put my thing in your mouth. Like, nobody things was in nobody's mouth, right? We didn't do, it was low freaky, very, very low freaky. So at 28, I felt super discouraged. Like, man, these girls who are out here giving their body to such and such and doing what they want to do, and they have multiple men, and not saying that virginity is the only way to go. Like, I'm not saying that's the only way to go. That was my specific assignment, was to wait until marriage. But I knew people that would mess over their boyfriends, or that would cheat on their husbands, or that would not be good to their significant other, and they seemed like they were just getting ahead in life, literally. So I said, man, I kind of got fed up with it. And so I spent 28 years being the super goody two shoes. I've never been drunk. I've never been high. I would like lead the Bible studies and over the youth programs, and always from a very, very young age, I felt like naturally there were just certain things that I couldn't do that other people could do, and I kind of felt envious of it. And so I started talking to some of my friends who had had sex, friends who had abortions, friends who had been with multiple men, friends who were very confident, sexy with their bodies. Like, they just knew what to do with their woman energy. Women have a certain type of energy, and I felt like I didn't know what that energy was. And so I said, I'm done being a good girl. Y'all like, what JJ did? Somebody hit JJ. No. Don't go that far. So at 28, I said, man, I originally started, bring that back. My last reason for not having sex was to honor God. I said, you know what? I waited past prom. I waited for someone special. I waited past college. I said, okay, I am going to, like, as a thank you, as like a gratitude, like as a, thank you for all the amazing things. I'm going to preserve my body for marriage. I'm going to wait. The problem is I didn't, it shouldn't have taken me this long to find someone special to get married. For a number of years, I just didn't date. So I said, I know how I'm not going to have sex. I'm not going to date nobody. I'm not going to get close to anyone. I won't, I'll go on dates, but I won't let anyone get close to my heart. I can be close to their heart all day, but not over here. I won't let them get close to my heart. So I keep bringing y'all back to 28 because this is important. So at 28, I said I need to document the things that I've done right and the things that I've done wrong in this waiting period, because just because I've made it to 30 without the penis doesn't mean that I haven't had sexual immorality. It doesn't mean that my mind hasn't went crazy. It's a freak show probably going on right now in the mind, right? That doesn't mean that I don't think about it. It doesn't mean that I haven't gotten close. It just means that I was intentionally trying to wait. 28, I said, okay, I got with a film company and said, hey, we do a lot of speaking at different conferences. I think that we should highlight some things that help get me to this point and some things that I would have done differently. Like if I was talking to the 16-year-old JJ, I would say, hey, you can wait, but this won't help you. So we documented the journey. After we documented the journey, I had a goal. I said, I am going to get my thing eaten. And so when I say thing, y'all, it's kind of silly. Y'all know what I'm referring to, right? Okay. So I said, the curiosity was through the roof. I said, man, all my friends, they have these great relationships. They have these nice looking boyfriends. Most of them, they have beautiful families, and I haven't even started yet. I am not down with waiting for God's timing. Like, I'm not down with that. Like, I'm not sure what I'm waiting for, but I felt like everything was in vain. Like, what am I waiting for? I feel like good doesn't get attention and good doesn't get ahead. I set out on a mission. I said, I need to know what oral sex feels like. I was on a mission. I was on I do this when I'm about to tear up. That's how I stop tears from coming down. If y'all see that, that just means I'm feeling sensitive and I just blink like that. So I feel like I lost out on something because of my decision to wait. And so I started questioning. I just don't know how realistic it is for a guy to have so many options, so much temptations, and still see the value in somebody who's choosing to wait. So dating when you're not having sex, it becomes super, super weird. Either the guy wants to adapt to the challenge, and he wants to say, well, you just ain't found a dude like me. I'm about to, or they flee right away. So I wanted to find someone to experiment with. Like, I purposely said, like, I was, I think Missy said, my hormones jumping like a disc. Like, my hormones were through the roof. I was, like, feeling very, it wasn't even a freaky feeling. It was curious. I was hella curious. I was like, I just want to know what it feels like. When I was looking for a candidate, most of my female friends said, you do not want to start something you can't finish. The candidacy process was a little bit hilarious because I knew not to do it with like an ex-boyfriend who I had feelings for, or I knew not to do it. Like, it was a certain filter process. Like, I was intentional about this thing. I had a friend, and me and this guy were very close. He was someone who I felt very comfortable with, someone who never overstepped boundaries, someone who there was a mutual attraction. Like, we both respected and liked each other, and he was someone who made me feel extremely comfortable with. And so it happened. I let him give me oral sex, and when that happened, it became a problem. Here's why it became a problem. So usually, and I don't have the statistics in front of me, but like girls and guys, like the experimenting with touch and sex and like little like almost sex stuff usually happens high school. Like middle high school is when people are kind of figuring out what touch. I was a 30-year-old experiencing what a 16-year-old experienced for the first time. It was weird. I did not expect to get caught up like I got caught up. I used to talk about the women that you would see who would be all caught up over a dude. Like they would cry over dudes and they would be like, oh my God, he hurt me. He treated me this way. I turned into one of those females who can't eat, can't sleep, knocking on a dude door, doing drive-by. I'd be like, girl, know yourself, know your worth. What is wrong with you? I did not know that, I didn't know the impact of soul ties. I did not know the impact of allowing yourself to be so vulnerable to a guy. I said, man, so many people do, everybody do it. Can't catch me up. I thought I could outsmart my emotions. I said, I'm smart enough, I'm experienced enough to where how these other girls be falling in love and getting tripped up, getting confused and getting all hurt. Not me. Never that. Not over here. I did. And it got really, really, really bad. That changed immediately. I can't even really explain how or why or when it changed. But all I know is months later, I found myself in love. I found myself in love with somebody who I didn't originally start off trying to be his girlfriend, right? It was just, I said, sex can't be that powerful. Like, it cannot get a 30-year-old woman. Like, you're not about to get me. It got me. So the first time it happened, what did it feel like? The first time it happened, I thought I was going to lose my mind. I said, oh my goodness. And when I say it happened, I'm not going to get graphic, but it was oral sex without penetration. It's some magic buttons on the outside that like everything can operate from there, guys. Y'all don't understand. When that happened, I wanted him to do it every single day. I wanted him to do it every single day. Like I felt I don't know, was it a freaky feeling? It was just a new, like I never felt anything like that. And I wanted to feel it every day, but as my physical was being connected to him, my emotional was even more connected to him. 1 month after him doing that, I wanted him to be my boyfriend. I said, you kissed me down there, you mine. You belong to me. I really felt like I shared something special with him. Like I felt like this was something that was
Giving you a gift.
Yeah. I felt like to him it might be like me and JJ just kicking it. A month afterwards, I was like, okay, we gotta be girlfriend and boyfriend. You didn't kiss me all on my thing. We didn't laid in the bed together. You holding me at night. I'm emotionally attached. We gonna be boyfriend and girlfriend. He was like, so I said, hey man, I said, we did this special thing together, and we no one has, that's different for me. That's new for me. That's new. And so you mine, you my boyfriend. He was like, nah. So once the guy had that intimate moment with me, like once we had oral sex, he straight up distanced himself from me immediately. And so he spent months chasing me, pursuing me, being my friend, being there for me. And then once that happened, he just disappeared. I said, wait a minute, hold on. I said, I hear women talking about, I hear women talking about how guys will just like chase them, and then when they get what they want, they move around. I said, no, not this guy. This guy and not with me. What? He pretty much got ghost. He super distanced himself, and I was like, oh wait a minute. No, I was super. I don't want to use the word obsessed. I was infatuated. I was super infatuated. I had never felt that close to a man before. Like, not only did we have a friendship, not only did we have a friendship, we had this new element of this closeness. So when he played me, and I pretty much felt like it was a chase. Once he got what he wanted, I feel like he used me and he moved around. I felt so neglected and abandoned. Like you're not just about to move around on me, sir. Like that's just like I'm in love. You can't. I think Donnell Jones said when you love someone, you just don't treat them bad. So I started evolving or dissolving. I can't tell which one it was, right? I started stalking his social media. So he would talk to other females, and I would try to imitate what they were doing. So if they was wearing skirts, JJ bought some skirts. If they were wearing lashes, if they were wearing nails, an evolution kind of happened with me around November. And people who've known me more than 2 years would say, JJ, you changing. Your clothes are fitting you differently. You're wearing nails. You got rings on. I never put on eyelashes. I was trying to get his attention. I said, if it's weird. Because when you feel like you've given somebody, like the most you've ever given anybody, like that was considered everything to me. When you feel like you give somebody everything and it's not enough, you start going crazy trying to figure out, like, dang, all of me, all of what I had to offer, you were still able to disregard me at my best. I almost begged this guy to be with me for months. This, the obsession, the low-key stalking, the keeping him on my mind, the missing him heavily, that was very new for me. That whole world of having someone that heavy on, like that soul tie was super tangled. The more I tried, like the more he didn't want me, the more I wanted him. The more he walked away, I was like, what am I watched myself. Like I go back and I read some of our text messages, and if somebody else, if one of my friends would show me those text messages, I would be like, you idiot, what are you doing? But I couldn't stop it. I could not stop it. So eventually, I ended up, anything I knew how to do, preparing meals, wearing heels, driving wheels. Sorry, I just wanted to rhyme. Anything I knew how to do, wearing lip gloss, nails, rings, the things that I thought were amazing to him, I wanted to be that kind of amazing for him. He ended up choosing to be with his ex. In theory, I've seen people be caught up on something that doesn't deserve them or value them. Forget the makeup. What I didn't understand was, like, I didn't get how you could be that close to somebody, be in their space like that. And I just didn't understand, like, how you could be so good to somebody, so vulnerable to them, and they're able to disregard you. Like, how the world do people do that? Like, I feel like I'm not able of, like, caring for somebody like that and then pulling back on them. Like, I feel like how are you able to experience something special like that with somebody and treat it like it was nothing? And so it was one of the most weird experiences that I've had, right? And so I wrote him a goodbye letter. I'm gonna read the letter to y'all. I'm just gonna read it, not really off, because I don't know what I was thinking when I wrote this. Okay, and go. Yeah. Hey, I'm glad I had the opportunity to experience you. What a beautiful roller coaster this has been. All of this kind of caught me off guard. I honestly don't know which part was worse. Having no choice to open up or having no choice to close off. Falling in or climbing out of love. Frank Ocean said, I remember, how could I forget how you... That's my song. Man, that song makes me cry. Frank Ocean, that's my jam. He said, you were my first time. First time, a new feel. I'm sure it will die out and fade out eventually. But I'm at a point of understanding where my someday has to begin yesterday. Boys to Men said it's unnatural. I belong to you. You belong to me. Um, I still I still want you to hold me and listen to me and make me laugh and check on me and think about me every day. Uh, but I would like those feelings to just disappear. I feel abandoned and disregarded, like my efforts were not good enough or overlooked. But I know that it's just as much my fault as it was your fault. We both decided to enter into a contract without covenant, experiencing things meant for forever in a very casual setting. There are hard feelings, just no hard feelings towards you. Just like I have layers of insecurity, regret, and unresolved brokenness, I know that you also have. I know that you are also tangled in your soul ties, two very tangled histories getting entangled in each other. I'm at a place of digging out all of my brokenness and cleaning cluttered spaces so I can be ready to be a good steward of the one that God has created me for forever, whenever that season comes. I'm excited that you are making steps towards understanding how to choose to live on purpose, even if those steps are away from me. Love is not anxiety, waiting and trying to manipulate someone into a zone so that you don't have to come out of your comfort zone. First Corinthians tells us that love is patient, love is kind, it is not envy, it is not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no records of wrong. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. Thank you for the opportunity for growth. As much as the old me would obsess over why, where, when, what, and different questions about am I good enough, and go on your social media and just wonder and keep myself up at night. I understand that you don't owe me any explanation, but I owe myself the opportunity to learn, deal, and heal. When I see you in the streets, remember you don't know me. Just kidding. The energy is super awkward, but we both have bigger assignments, and I won't. The energy is super awkward, but we both have bigger assignments, and I won't disrespect or serve as your distraction. In a goodbye like this, there's no need for extreme love or hate. Drake talked about this in one of his songs. Cry if you need to, but I can't stay to hold you. That's the wrong thing to do. So here's to here's to happy birthday and congratulations and how's your son and yay to your new project and tell your mom I said hi and I love your new haircut and those are some fly boots and you so crazy and how you been and good morning and just thinking about you and Merry Christmas and I just wanted to say hi all in goodbye. We both have wasted so much energy on the back and forth and the aftermath. We both have wasted so much energy on the back and forth and the aftermath. Writing, hold on. Last part. I'm sorry, Ray. We both have wasted so much energy on the back and forth and the aftermath, writing our own endings. Let me start that over. We both have wasted so much energy on the back and forth and the aftermath, trying to write our own endings to the story when this whole situation was unauthorized because it was unauthorized. I forgive you. I forgive myself. I love you and take care.